Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a video that I've actually never filmed before. So I am going to be giving you guys a story time. I'm not proud of it, but I think it's so funny to look back on now. It's only been like a few years, like 2 years maybe. But today I'm going to be filming a story time all about the time that I got suspended from school. So I got suspended from school when I was in sixth form, just for one day, and I just thought that I'd film this video. I was planning on doing it in like 5 years time, but no, apparently I'm doing it now. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and if you do then please hit the like button and please subscribe down below if you're new here, and let's jump on into the video. Okay, so I'm just gonna disclaim this now. I'm not proud of being suspended from school whatsoever. Like, there's nothing to be proud of or to boast about, and I'm not doing that at all. But I am just telling this story just because why not, and I know that I can. So do not judge me for anything that I'm going to say in this video. I do not condone any of this behaviour on my side and the other people's side. I'm over it now. I don't care that it happened, and I'm over what actually happened to me at the time. And I will not be saying anybody's names obviously, because that's just not really, you know, it's a bit private. So I just thought that I would disclaim that first. Also, how cute is my outfit today? I wore this to wireless, and then this headband actually matches this pink perfectly. Okay, so I was in sixth form. I don't know what time of year it was. I think I was in year 13 though, so second year of sixth form. So prior to this happening, we had a suggestion box in sixth form where you could put in a little suggestion into the box, and the group who were in charge of sixth form, they could like review it and do the ideas if they thought it was like appropriate. A week before, somebody put into the suggestion box, don't watch Alice Ford's YouTube channel. And this was when I started, you know, trying a little bit harder with my YouTube channel, and it's something that I'm quite passionate about regardless of how many subscribers I have or how many views I get. I'm quite passionate about it, and I think everyone knew that at sixth form. And anyway, someone did that. One of my friends was in the leadership team, and she like was there and she showed me it, and I was like, right, okay. And I obviously got upset about it because obviously YouTube is something that I was passionate about. I was in a free period studying for exams, and we had a room called the silent room. The silent study room was a room where everyone was like working and you had to be silent obviously, and I used to go in there a lot, to be fair, and I used to get so much work done, and I worked really hard. Anyway, there was this little section, sorry, in the room, and it had like a semicircle. Do you know what? This is the desk. I used to sit like here, and then there was like a group of us that sat around here. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sat at the top of the table here, and then my friend was sat here, and she like popped her head up and like tried to get my attention, and I was like, hello, and she like held up her phone. She's literally like this. She was like this, look at your phone. And I was like, okay. So I looked at my phone, and we had each of us had a school email account. You could like send emails to the whole year or whatever. So I looked at it, and there was an email from one of the boys in my year at school, and it's literally, he'd sent it out to year 12 and year 13, and it said, don't watch Alice Ford's YouTube channel. So it was like the second thing in a week, and he'd sent it to the whole of sixth form, and instantly I saw red. Like, I was fuming, understandably. That's just embarrassing. Somebody has sent that to the whole of sixth form about something that you're passionate about. I was so angry, I literally can't explain. So as soon as I read the email, I ran upstairs because I knew exactly what room that they would be in, and they were there as expected, and I literally walked into the room with like fire up my ass. Like, I was so angry. By the way, I'm trying to say this quickly so that I don't mumble on about stuff and people get bored. So yeah, I walked straight into the room, swung the door open. Two of my friends were actually in the room at the time, or no, they followed me. Two of my friends followed me up because they knew what I was doing, and I literally swung the door open, and I was like, which one of you sent that email? Because I knew it was one of them straight away. They all were like in complete silence, Not a single one of them said a word. So I knew straight away like that it was one of them. I don't know exactly which one that it was. But yeah, they sat there in silence, and then one of them was like on the opposite side of the room, and he started like saying a load of stuff. He was like, oh, it was just a joke, it's just a joke, and like started laughing. And I was just like shouting back, and because I was so angry, I was shouting back, and I was like, it's not effing funny, like it's not funny, you sent that to the whole of sixth form. Like literally I went mental, I was so angry. And then me and him were going across the room like at each other, and then in the corner of the room, like to my left hand side, there was two boys that was sat on like a circle table. Sorry I keep touching my hair, oh my god, it's so annoying, I know. But yeah, I could hear this one boy on the table to my left, and he likes, I don't know what he said. I think it was because I was so angry that I can't remember what he said, but all I could hear was like mumbling under his breath, and I just thought, oh my god. And then just another disclaimer, the next bit is why I got suspended. Please do not copy my behaviour. Do not think this behaviour is okay, because it's clearly not. And I've never done it before, and I've never done it since to anybody. But I could hear him, literally, this is all I could see or hear, going meh. And I ran over, and he was here, another boy was here, and I was here. And I went to go and punch him. Luckily the boy was in the middle because he put his arm up to stop me, but I didn't punch him. I like hit him around the head like a slap, but luckily the boy was in the middle because I would have punched him. And I mean, I hit him, I didn't like punch him like that, but I did, you know, I did hit him, which I have apologised for since. He's one of my friend's boyfriends, like we're absolutely fine now, like whatever, I'll say hi to him if he's out in town. But yeah, he's one of my friend's boyfriends, so there's no hard feelings whatsoever. We've cleared the air and it's all fine. And then all of the boys started laughing because obviously a girl running in there screaming, swearing, effing and blinding, hitting someone, there was like 10 of them in there, is quite funny to watch, I will say so myself. So yeah, that happened, and then I stormed out of the room. My two friends who followed me up followed me down, and I went straight to the lady who was kind of in charge of like attendance and mental health kind of stuff. I went straight to her and I said, please, can I talk to you? And I sat down and I started crying, and I was like, look, this has happened, they've sent this email to everyone, I've gone up there. I told her straight away, I was like, I've hit him. And she was like, you hit him? Like, she was so shook. She was like, you hit him? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I saw red and I didn't know what to do. I was crying at this time. So yeah, it was a bit awful. But yeah, she was like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, you shouldn't have hit him and all of this. She was like, I'm gonna have to tell the head of sixth form. I was about to say his name. She was like, I'm gonna have to tell the head of sixth form. I was like, that's understandable, go ahead, I don't care, that's fine. And then the boy that sent the email came downstairs, because he was actually like quite close with the girl group that I was friends with at sixth form. He came down and he was like, he was really upset with himself. He was like, I was the one that sent it, and I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to upset you, it was just a bit of banter. And I don't think he realised that it actually really upset me, because he wouldn't have done it otherwise. But yeah, and he apologised to me there and then, and I was like just so upset at the time, and I was like, yeah, no, whatever, not cool. Anyway, I stayed for the rest of the day, and then the next day I went into the head of sixth form's office because he like called me in. So I was like, yeah, and then he obviously spoke to me and was like, obviously they were all being horrible to you and you'd had it more than once, obviously we don't condone that behaviour here. And he was like, don't worry, we're going to speak to them and make sure it stops. So then I obviously got told off for hitting the boy, and which is understandable. Like, I was like, yeah, no, it's fair enough. And he was just like, Alice, you're such a good student here, you work so hard, I think so highly of you, and I'm really gutted that like this has happened to you, because I know you're not like that whatsoever and I don't want to do this. But he was just like, if it was any other student I would have to do this, and it's only fair because the rules can't apply to some and not the others. and he was like, I am gonna have to suspend you from school for a day. And I was like, okay, yeah, like that's fair enough, because if it was a boy hitting a boy having a fight, someone would get suspended or whatever, you know, like they wouldn't just get a slap on the wrist. So I obviously had to be told off in the same way. And he was like, because it was halfway through the day, he was like, you can stay for the day, like if you want to, or I'll give you the option and you can just go home now and then you're suspended tomorrow. So I was just like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll go home now, because I was just like a bit upset and stuff. I just don't think I was crying at that point though. And then I walked out of the office and two of my friends were sat on like the sofas opposite, because we had like a normal common area which we had sofas on, and they were sat there and they were like, what happened? And I just was like, I'm going home now and I've been suspended tomorrow. I'm obviously not laughing at the fact that I got suspended, but I just think it's funny now. Like, it really is. So yeah, I went home, and then that was on the Thursday, and then the next day was the Friday. And I had the day off school, obviously, because I was suspended. Jack worked in retail at the time and he happened to have that day off as well. So I just went to his and I chilled with him for the whole day. So it kind of worked out in my favour in the end, because I got to spend the day with Jack and I had a really nice day. Which obviously my head teacher wasn't aware of that at the time, but yeah, that's what happened. I went back to Jack's and chilled with him, and yeah, and I just remember walking home as well from school, because at this time I didn't drive. I remember like being on my on my Snapchat, not my story, don't worry, on my Snapchat, I was sending videos to all my friends like, oh my god guys, I've just been suspended from school, because I was really well behaved at school. I really never got into trouble. I mean, I used to argue with teachers a little bit, but only when, you know, I thought I was right and they thought they were right. But obviously I was always right. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I got suspended from school because I hit somebody. Please do not copy that behaviour. Do not think that it's okay, because it's not. But now looking back, it has been about 2 years, and I think it's quite a funny story to tell people, because I don't speak to any of these people. I speak to the girls, but I don't speak to like any of the boys at all anymore. I never really did anyway. They didn't like me for some reason, and they thought that it was funny, but it wasn't. But I think it's funny now looking back. I probably did overreact, but when it was something like, in the moment I was so passionate about it, and I just was like, no, people are not walking over me like that. They're not treating me like that, because that's not fair. So I'm glad I stuck up for myself. I wish I didn't go as far as I did, but I'm really glad that I did stick up for myself, because I always stick up for myself, and I will say something when I need to. So yeah, that is really the end of the story time. It was a bit of a random video. I've never done anything like this, but I've seen Imagination. She's done loads of these story times. And I just thought that I would share mine as I'm bored. I've done my makeup literally just to film this video, and there's nothing else to do. That is the end of the story time, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And if there's any other story times or any topics that you want me to like talk about, then please let me know down below in the comments, because I like just talking. It's so nice just to get things off your chest. So yeah, if you've got any like talking storytime videos requests, then please comment down below or just message me on social media. But yeah, that is me getting suspended from school and sixth form, and yeah, it's just a bit of a weird one really, because I was well behaved at school until then. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please hit the like button, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!